Hi.
Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Paranormally Blind. You're right here on the UNX, your new mainstream. We got a lot to cover today. This is going to be, we got business to take care of today. But before we get started, let's just touch on the X conference that's going on. X Conference 2022. It's coming up real fast, May 13th and 14th.
Yeah.
So, again, this is going to be your best conference for paranormal, UFOs, creepy locations, and a live investigation. By the way, hosted by two of our guests that we're having tonight. So that's super cool.
Yeah.
You can register at www.unxnetwork.com. It's $29 a day. Get on that. But guess what? The Blondes are giving away 2 tickets.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do this real simple style. Okay. So if you want one of those tickets, get your name emailed to paranormallyblonde@gmail.com. You have until Tuesday midnight. And then Wednesday, when replay of this show goes on the Paranormally Blonde channel, guess what? There's going to be an Easter egg in there on who won. So get your names, put your full name, and I want the XCon ticket to paranormallyblonde@gmail.com. And you've got until Tuesday midnight. And Wednesday, we will draw the winners. So seriously, you're going to want these tickets. This is a really, really cool conference. You've got Margie Kay, the owner and creator of the Onyx channel here network. You got Whitney Stryber. You've got Micah Hanks, Jimmy Church, Lisa Martin. There's so many people. Like, seriously, go check out the lineup. Super awesome. So look at everybody already saying hi. Yeah. We got Michael. Hey, Michael. We've got Bill, Empty Casket. We got Travis, Danielle, Destination Threshold. So many people. Last week's show.
Yeah.
Fun, right? Like, who doesn't love Dr. Molnar? Like,
right.
Dr. Donald
He's
Molnar,
amazing.
Haunted MD, nicest guy. Loved what he's doing with the Hinsdale House with some science guys. Like, I think it's always cool when you can, I don't know, when you have these paranormal experiences, they shouldn't just stop with, it was paranormal, right? You kind of want to dig into why. And he's willing to do that. And I love that. It was a good show.
Yeah.
I think everybody's kind of bummed that we didn't have him on an after party.
I know.
They were like, we want more of Dr. Donald. Okay. So we have a big show tonight. But wait. Hi, Patty. We have to have a random question. We can't do the show without a random question. Okay. So we're just going to do that, and then we'll get started with some fun stuff here. How was your weekend, Dee Dee? Everybody
good? I decided to relax, and then at the end of the weekend, I bought a really nice bottle of wine, and I brought French wine. I brought to my mom's house, and we toasted each other and drank some wine.
Oh, that's right. Happy belated Mother's Day to all of those beautiful mothers. 2 children or to fur babies, whoever you're mothering, right?
Or plant moms. I saw that today too.
Yeah, I follow the Everyday Buddhist Timber Hawkeye, and he calls it Happy Nurturing Person Day, because if you're a nurturer, because it's not always your somebody's nurturing you, and you should give them a happy nurture day. Okay,
I love that.
Yeah, wasn't that sweet? Okay, no, we already had that one. I hate it. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I kind of dig this. All right. What kind of secret society would you like to start?
Oh, a secret society. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
That's a really hard one.
Yeah.
I would like to start one, but I don't know what it would be.
That's great. Well, because this is going to take some serious thought, right? Because secret, you're going to want this to be big and bold. I mean, and it's going to be very exclusive, and a secret society. I don't need.
That's a hard question.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Oh, that's right. Dee Dee, I enjoyed your visit on the Ghost Biker Garage. Guys, did you catch that last Thursday? Dee Dee had a whole show with Miranda Young, Ghost Biker, and the Ghost Biker Garage, talking about her dream analysis. It was an excellent show.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, and we did some of her dreams, some that she repetitive dreams that she had from childhood and how they progressed. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I love that. And people were sharing some amazing dreams in the comments. It was so awesome. I loved it. Great show. Thank you, Dehu, for mentioning that. Yes, Bill, something definitely occult. I mean, that's what I was trying to think, but I was like, what hasn't been done, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I'm having a hard time thinking of. Like, what hasn't been done? I don't even know. All right, let's think about that. Tonight's show. This is big, guys. This is world's largest ghost hunt. Okay, I don't know if you guys have ever heard about this. This has been out there for a handful of years. It's really a cool concept. We want to make this bigger and better this year. It is once a year. It is the last Saturday of September. So this year it's September 24th. And we have the leadership team, Rob, Michelle, and Catherine are with us. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Paranormally Blonde.
Hey.
Thank you for having us.
What secret society do you guys want to start? Rob already has his. It's called Get Haunted, and they all
it's already there. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would have to work on the secret handshake first and then figure out what I can, build around that.
That's I like that. Yeah. I like the working backwards. Sometimes it creates a way more, better concept. So we got a lot to go over because I need to know and understand every last detail of this world's largest. But before we get started, kind of so everybody knows who everybody is, I'm going to just start with Rob because this is his second visit with the Blondes. He was back in December. He was on with Empty Casket and he was representing Get Haunted. Some of you on the side here that are chatting might not know that, but what you do know is he is one of the best chatters over on the side of our show. So now you guys get to see him right here on the show live, and so now he's not on there saying first.
I know. Actually, I was still first. I think I got here.
Not really. You weren't. Michael was.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah. So normally, my Monday nights are on the other side of this thing. So thanks for having us. I'm Rob Stagwitz. I'm Get Haunted. We're paranormal events and services and kind of all kinds of other things, and have had the pleasure of getting to know Catherine more and more recently. Once we got kind of linked back up, this all started rolling. Yeah. Well,
and Michelle and Catherine, you guys, your bios are incredible.
Yeah.
These things like incredible, and I won't do it justice. So I want you guys to kind of touch on just all the work you guys have accomplished and still accomplishing.
Go for it. No, you go for it. Actually, founder of Riverside, Iowa Paranormal, which we are having the privilege to do the 3-hour live investigation this Friday on the XCon, which we are just stoked. We have an amazing location, and I think everybody's going to just enjoy. So make sure, like they said, go register, because 3 hours and be able to help and tell us what we're missing. Also, owner of Thriller Events. Thriller Events is a ticketing platform for all otherworldly. So where we actually do a lot of the networking and getting your, your events and different things like that. We get it on different platforms, but with the same-minded people that will actually buy those tickets. So instead of just being out there in La La Land and hope someone actually clicks on it, we actually help you sell those tickets. Also, co-partner with Daughters of Agate.
Yep.
That's our little witchy and other sides. We actually do a lot of stuff with Mysterious Adventure Tours, where we do exclusive tours with a certain amount of guests. We go to places like this year, we're doing Scotland. We will be on Halloween in Ireland. Oh. And then next year, we are actually doing Greece with Mr. John Zaffis.
Oh,
So, but these are places that you normally wouldn't. So if you went to Greece, you could only see certain tourist sites. These are actually tours that will take you to places that you normally wouldn't be able to get in.
True.
So it's kind of paranormal, kind of metaphysical, little history, things like that. And I think that's kind of it. I was trying to put it all together at one. Oh, and part of the executive team of the world's largest ghost hunt.
there you go. Yay.
I almost forgot that one. The important one.
We remind you in a few minutes. So
I'm what she said.
Yeah.
The only other different thing is that I am the regional director for RIP for Greece and Europe.
Okay.
Coming from a Greek background, I'm Greek, and I did read a Greek name down in the comments, the Kanelopoulos, that's Greek. So, yeah. So, coming from, I was born in Australia, brought up in Australia, but I come from a Greek background. So,
awesome. That sounds like I watched Dee Dee's eyes light right up when you mentioned Ireland. She was like, "Oh,"
Because my mom's from Dublin.
Yeah. Do you guys work with? Is that anything that is Rick McCallum doing the Scotland part of that?
Yes, Rick McCollum is also doing it with Andrea. So Mysterious Adventure Tours has all different types of tours.
Yeah.
You know, we've got tours, I know Egypt, Dave Strader. We have Mike Ricksacker. You know, they're all doing different types of them.
Okay.
And so when they go on to the Mysterious Adventure Tours, you can pretty much pick any tour that you want. And the biggest thing is, just like we, you know, Rob and ourselves, when we're doing events, you know, we make tickets, you know, reasonable price so people can enjoy it. That is the same with these tours.
Okay.
And also can do interest-free monthly payments. So this way you can make that dream. So Dee Dee, we got your bags. We'll be waiting at the airport for you.
Yeah, that's incredible. You guys are super busy, and I know Rob is super busy between Get Haunted and then constantly Paranormally Blonde's always like, "Can you help us do this? Can you help us do that?" Like, poor guy never gets a break. How did you guys find time to then say, "I'm going to take on the world's largest"?
We were drunk. No, I'm joking.
No, it was just a simple. It was like when it came on. It was like before it came on. I was like, yes, and she's like, yes, what? Yes, whatever. I go, and that's it.
And here you are. And here
She
you
just
are.
said yes,
Yep.
and then we heard the rest. No, I actually, Riverside, Iowa Paranormal for a couple of years have actually done the world's largest ghost hunt.
Okay.
And then last year we were more on the executive metaphysical side. So when it came up to be part of it this year, it was a kind of a no-brainer, you know, to do it, because it is one of the best concepts ever. You know, we throw the word para-unity around just like hookers throw panties, you know. But the world's largest ghost hunt, I'm so sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that.
No, you did. It's okay.
Oh, so sorry. But anyways, it wasn't a bad word. But this is the time when it actually does happen.
Yeah.
There are teams all around the world. Everybody is doing it for historical preservation. You know, we're trying to save the locations that we go to, you know, helping those people out. And, you know, also it's educating a lot of people that come to the ghost hunts, you know, things, what to do, not to do, how you probably sit 99% of the time in the dark with nothing, you know, kind of that wake up call. And that's pretty much what this is. But we do all do it, you know, unified.
As one, yeah, that's true. I was working with the physical team last year. So we were both working on the metaphysical team, and it just went so smooth. Getting them all organized and doing the opening and the closing, the both of us, and then having all the teams working so harmoniously with each other. It was fantastic.
And I want to make sure, because I did notice on Instagram when I joined World's Largest Ghost Hunt, the promotion committee. I had to jump on because I've always seen it. I've always seen when you guys had the filter or the border for the Facebook, right? But I didn't know much about it, and I really wanted to get involved. but I will tell you, there is one misconception out there, and I hope this show clears it up for a lot of investigators. There are several investigators that thought you had to fit a particular profile. So they thought if they were too small or not known, or that these, that this is only for one type of investigator or one type of team. So I find that's one thing that I don't want to say battling, but having to kind of really define for some of the people asking me questions about World's Largest, which is, no, this is for all of you. If you want to do it, register. And then if you don't have a location, they'll help you find a location.
Yes.
It's for all of us, right? Like, you want to do it, do it. So
last year, people were panicking. Teams were sort of panicking because of the COVID, that they wouldn't be able to go into locations. And I've just turned around and I said, guys, even if you're at your backyard, do it.
Yeah.
Put an EVP, put an EMF. Spirit will come through from anywhere. You don't have to be at a location. So that eased him up a lot. So even go up a hill and just sit there and do it. And that's what they did. Yeah.
I love that.
I do too. What do you think, Rob? He's poor. Okay, can we just all give Rob just
No, it's fine.
a round of applause? He's sitting here with 4 chicks. He's just like
it's enjoyable. No, seriously, Catherine and Michelle have been holding my hand all the way through this thing because they've done it before, right? So when I got the opportunity, and I knew Michelle already. We worked years ago together, mostly out in Missouri. So, and we kind of had gone our separate ways for a little while there. So once I saw it was Michelle, I was like, oh, yes. So got back in, we reconnected. Met Catherine, which has been awesome. We chat a lot, and I love what it stands for. I love what it represents. I still have a lot to learn, but I'm kind of getting there, and they're holding my hand the whole way. They talk to me like I'm one of the girls still, so it's all good. It's all good. I love you guys. No, but yeah, everything they said is right on point, and yeah, getting it organized and getting it ready it's a tremendous amount of work, as you know, Sarah, and you're seeing already, and all the committees really work so hard to make it a success, and our goal this year is to even take it up one more notch if we can, and make it even better than it was last year.
That's awesome. I as I'm sitting on the committee and listening to everybody and then reaching out to people, it is fun to I'm just going to put it out there. It's a lot of fun to promote it because, again, I think with the misconception of like, maybe I'm not good enough investigator, I can't do it. It's like to watch people just get like, this is a great moment, not only as an investigator, but you get, so the thing is this is a one-night affair. You watch it on YouTube, correct? And this is global. So there are places that I probably will never get to go that I will get a glimpse at just by watching this event. And so this is I think you're exactly right, Michelle, like the para-unity, we hear that word tossed around a lot. And I will just say, as somebody that uses Get Haunted Network, that truly is, they don't talk about that word, but they actually live it. They do it. And now I'm seeing that with World's Largest. And two great things to even be involved in, and why I just had to jump in once I'm not going to lie, Rob's like, well, I'm going to do this now. And I'm like, I want to check it out. If it's good for you, I'll try, right? This is going to be fun. So it's a really cool concept. And I hope that more investigators, anybody, like you said, you can be a single person out there that just wants to check it out and do it. And if you guys can help them find a location, that's even better, because I think that's the hardest part for me, finding the location.
Me too. I'm on the West Coast and I can't, it's few. So if you guys have any connections to the West Coast, let me know.
Yeah, Dee Dee, you would be amazing for this. Like, your investigative style and the stuff you get, you need to be a part of World's Largest.
I think so.
I would love to.
And that's the greatest thing is, it doesn't matter, and if somebody just wants to be part of it, but they don't want to investigate and all that, a lot of these locations, a lot of these teams sell tickets to these locations. And so you're still part of it. And you're also, 100% of what ticket sales are done goes back to that location.
Okay.
So no teams hold on to the money.
Right.
So all that money is going to that location. And so your ticket is actually a donation to save a historical site.
Okay.
And they can also be involved that way too. And it's an important thing, because there is a lot of work keeping them up.
Yep. And
So-
even that, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. No, you go ahead, Rob.
That information isn't getting everywhere. So that's where promotions and the participation committees really need to get that out there to make sure that the locations understand. I just did an event Saturday, and they already had someone booked for it, for the world's largest, but and he's like, man, this is really good. They're not like big paranormal people. They're kind of just getting into it, but they're super excited to even have that little bit of 45 minutes of exposure for his location. So it's really, really good for these places.
So if you're a location, and we have some people here on the side that are in the chat that have locations, if you're somebody that owns a location or runs a location and you're interested to offer it up for this event, what do they need to do?
They can actually just get a hold of us and sorry. They can get a hold of us on the nationalghosthuntingday.com. They can just register their location.
Okay.
And if they're needing help getting a team out there, or if they want to do it by themselves, they can all, jump in. I know there's a lot of locations that are already part of it because the teams have gotten it. But a location could say, I want to be part of this. Can you help get, a team in here to kind of really get things moving?
Okay. And same with investigators. They just go to the nationalghosthuntingday.com and then register themselves.
And you just hit register. It says register 2022. And it's very easy. It's step by step of filling it out. And you're putting information in about your team. It does ask who your IT is or who your metaphysical is. But don't let that, veer you off, because you might not have that. You don't need it. You just put NA in it.
Okay.
A lot of people look at it and think, oh, I don't have all these players, I can't do it. But that's not it. We use that. So if there are any sensitives or mediums, we make sure they are hooked up with the metaphysical team, because the metaphysical team will be behind them too, because a big part of their job is to protect everyone during that night. Keep all the portals open that night, but also help all these, sensitive mediums during that night too, to go through things. So that is why a lot of those questions are being asked.
Okay.
The IT is the same thing. We have things going on with IT. So we want to make sure we put everybody in the right area. So any questions, we always can find an answer for.
And then you got your participants committee, which have got your coaches on there.
Okay.
And each team, each location, each country, each state has got a coach.
Okay.
Which will guide them through and help them on what to do on that night. Even if something goes wrong, your coach will always be there 24/7 on that day.
And that goes for the location. Without a team, we can help that location if they just want to showcase it and talk about the history of that location. We can do that too. And that would be amazing. There are a lot of people that love to hear the history of certain locations.
Okay. And Rob, you mentioned something about Cashtown and wanting sort of like excited about their 45 minutes. Exactly what does that, like, does every location get 45 minutes? What was that necessarily referencing?
Yeah. So we hope to have about 200 teams, right? And each of those teams will get 45 minutes to stream. And, it sounds super, and don't try to do the math because it's multiple channels. It's not all happening consecutively. We scared some people with that in our first meetings. So there's multiple channels and multiple teams streaming at the same time from Egypt, and it works its way all the way back for about 24 hours. So, I'll be a Red Bull junkie and whatever else I can get my hands on that night to stay awake for. Well, maybe Catherine and I need to be in the same location. I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be, but it's broken up. So over 24 hours, all of these teams get to stream. So, Cashtown, Jeremy, the owner, was super excited about all of it. So, and, it's all kind of new to him. And Daniel, just super great people. So yeah, they're stoked. They're excited.
What if somebody just wants to watch? Like, how do they find all the channels and everything? How do they know? Like, is there a breakdown? Like, say I want to see Egypt. How do I know when? Is that possible?
Go ahead.
Okay, on the night and actually before that, a week or maybe a couple of weeks before, 3 weeks max. On the platform of the WLGH, there's links up there where you can put what you want to watch. You can choose what you want to watch, and you can actually participate in it while watching. You can watch different links at the same time. So there's a little platform where you can press and put, I want to watch this link at this hour or this link at that hour.
Yeah.
So that goes straight away into your email. That at that time you're going to be watching that team doing
Oh,
that.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think I explained it as best as I could.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Yeah.
Oh, you can't make it any easier. I mean,
That's beautiful.
You guys have this event very well thought out, and I'm hoping, and I try to put it out there on Paranormally Blonde's page. Like, if you're an investigator, if this is something that interests you, you need to watch the show. I mean, obviously we love the views, but you need to watch the show because this is great information for a great event. And I just don't know. I got to be honest. I've heard of it. I just didn't know any of the details. So I think this is really important to just talk it out. Like, it's not as scary as it might look, right? Like, you're reading about it and it gets a little overwhelming. And it seems very easy.
Someone's asking what the date was. Can you guys say the date again?
September 24th.
September 24th.
And also, Michael, I think you asked where the X conference is. It's virtual this year. So for the Onyx conference, it is virtual this year, but next year they'll plan it in person. But so it's all virtual, just FYI. I noticed this question up there. I just wanted to not forget. Michelle and Catherine, you guys said you're part of the metaphysical committee, and you mentioned opening and closing portals. Could you kind of explain that to everybody?
Well, we want to make sure everyone has an amazing experience, but we actually have a new chair and co-chair that's running it. We're just kind of looking, over it, but we're letting them run it. But we had last year opening prayer that kind of got things started. We were using the energy of everybody in the metaphysical to help open because the portals are opening anyway with all the energy. We just kind of helped keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
And because you got to remember, we're starting with Australia, and we're coming all the way, to the West Coast. So trying to keep the energy up and keep it, all of it going. And then at the end, there was a closing prayer as we were closing things up and making sure nobody was hurt and it wouldn't have attachments, things like that. Because it's kind of how it actually went really great. Everybody had experiences that were just way out there.
Because when was it, the metaphysical team was working at the same time doing the opening prayer with us, and there were a lot of teams that did it at the same time with us. So can you imagine a stadium and just the energy just going up, up and down like a wave? That's what we were getting.
Wow.
It was so synchronized at the same time. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a challenge, though, since this is the world's largest. This is global. And we're not all working with the same, it's all energy, but we're not necessarily working with the same ways of connecting and disconnecting. So how do you guys touch on the worldly part of this? Not everybody's going to necessarily go with a Christian narrative right? So how do you guys tap into that?
Last year, because I was pushed by this one to be the chair, she just shoved it in my face. She's, you're going to be the chair this year. And I'm like, the chair of what? She goes, what's that?
I said yes. Then told her.
She said yes. So what I did, what we did together, we actually had them do sigils, different sigils of different, whatever they believed in. Michelle did an Archangel one, Archangel Michael. The co-chair, which is this year, Glenda, she did opening and closing sigils with Archangel Raphael and Michael. I did different ones. Everybody put their own belief in it.
Okay.
So it's what you believe, whatever you wanted to use. I even told the teams because you speak to the sensitives and the mediums and the psychics of the team. I was in constant touch with them all the time. So, and I was saying to them, guys, whatever you believe in, if you want to do Our Father who art in heaven, do that. If you want to bring Odin down, do that.
Yeah.
It's all the same concept. They all have the same foundation. It's all the same belief. There's nothing different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you guys do this particular event and you're helping open and close these portals, what kind of drain is that on you guys? Like, does it take you a good week to recover from something so big, since we're talking global and not just, a location?
Yeah, it did. The only good thing about it was because everybody was unified and we were doing it together, we were all kind of putting that energy and protecting us, all throughout. And you got to remember, we had teams that were also involved. They did their own protection, their own prayers. So when we were pushing things out, the teams were also involved doing it. So even if they have their own little ritual they do prior to an investigation or whatever, that was added and that just kept moving. And I think because of that, I was extremely exhausted by the end, but my eyelids would not close. It was like me being on a case of Red Bull and they just kind of stayed open and you're like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. That's kind of how I felt for about a week or two.
Yeah.
And I think everybody did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Because we were talking at the end when we did the closing up, then we had a little chit chat between us and I'm like, go to bed. She goes, I can't. Go to bed. Close your eyes.
But teams were the same way because your adrenaline's pumping.
Yeah.
And things are just moving so fast. You're doing a live, you've got guests, you're getting stuff on the equipment. I mean, we do a reveal at the end of the year of what people have caught and people send that stuff in. And to hear some of the EVPs people have got, or watching the techniques they use to get stuff, because everywhere you're going around the world, everybody does it differently.
Right.
Not everybody uses little machines. Some people use a teacup.
Exactly.
Like they're talking, and stuff. And so all that kind of energy, everybody's pumped to watch that person and this person's watching that. I think we're just kind of drunk on adrenaline.
And last year was the first year, 3 times or 4 times, was it? About the secret word. There was a secret word that only myself, Michelle, and
Brian
Cano knew. And he was a bit like, I don't think anybody's going to get it this year, but because it's hard,
It had to be spirit. That's
exactly
the word.
But 3 or 4 teams?
No, it was 4 people.
4 people
who actually got it for the first time.
Yeah. And that was on the reveal. Yep.
So it was spirit who actually did it.
Yep.
And I think a couple psychics.
Yep.
So
it was through an EVP, a couple of EVPs, and
and some psychics.
Yeah.
So that was really amazing because then you knew that everybody was in tune and was doing it all for the same.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. And you also mentioned, so if you don't want to be a team or an individual that's investigating a location, being the main showcase or whatever, you said these teams sell tickets. So how do you find those particular tickets?
Those tickets, a lot of the locations are set up on Thriller.
Okay.
And so they can actually go to thriller.events and you can see, because we'll have actual banners going across the locations with WLGH on it. Okay. And they'll know those are the ones in the world's largest ghost hunt. And if they just click on that, they can buy tickets straight there. And then they all get e-tickets to be able to go.
Okay. And then I'm assuming on your website, National Ghost Hunting Day, is that where all the locations are listed that are going to be on this particular
Yes,
event?
We'll have banners up there. And Rob will be doing the banners. Yay! But you'll see those going all over the place, from TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever anybody can plaster one. And we also have the World's Largest Ghost Hunt and National Ghost Hunting Day Facebook pages. And you'll see all those banners on that too.
Okay. Wow. Rob, you're the merch guy. What are we looking at for merch here? Anything good for people to buy?
Go slow. Um, yeah, so that's next phase, right? I'm a little bit behind on a lot of things. I got to help get the website straightened up here first. It's a couple date changes I got to make, things like that. But yeah, we're gonna come up with some cool shirts and some cool gear and maybe mugs, maybe chocolate. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, we're gonna have things available, and some of the teams will probably reach out. They already have about getting merch for their specific locations. It's a lot. I have to really think about it. It's so many things going on, but it's gonna happen. It's totally doable. It's just a matter of time now. Probably another week or so before we have something.
And the great thing is his merch that he's gonna, we start deciding on will also be linked in Thriller.
Okay.
So when somebody's checking out and they get a ticket, they'll be able to choose if they want some merchandise to go with that. And if they do, that will automatically let that location know, hey, these people want this. Or if they're just wanting some merchandise, it can just be shipped to them. But they can put all that in their cart.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the locations would already know how much they had. They were like, okay, we got 20 tickets.
Yeah.
We got 20 T-shirts. We need it. And it'll tell them what size, everything.
Yep.
That's
Nice.
I mean, you really couldn't make this any easier.
No.
Just
One shopping cart we're going to be like Amazon.
That's right. That's right. Well, and this is the other thing. Like, I'm assuming the merchandise is kind of year to year, right? So you're not stuck with one shirt. Like, this is something you'll want if you're somebody that does this on a yearly. I mean, you're going to want this, at least if you're like me, you always want that piece of merchandise to be like, I was there, I did it.
Yeah,
Right?
I agree with that. That sounds really cool to go to the event at the location and have it on your shirt, and it's a keepsake. Yeah.
Yeah. And there are a lot of logistics that are going to happen behind that, because I got to design this stuff. I have to then get it made and get it out to people. So I'm looking at Tracy's question. Yeah, it could, Tracy. It really depends on quantity, like anywhere else. Like, it's just going to take time and effort. And but yeah, totally doable, Tracy.
So they may have the names on the merch. Yeah, that'll be cool.
It could. It may. There's nothing solid yet, but I don't want to overpromise. But it's possible depending on the quantity. So,
we're trying to push them to do it like what is it, those band T-shirts, like on the back. So instead of the tours on the back, have the locations that are part of it.
Yeah.
And just so this way they know which locations.
Yeah.
I agree with this. Sounds like Rob needs an assistant.
What do you think, Rob? Yeah. Are you hiring? Are you putting a Indeed out there on an assistant for World's Largest Merch?
Not yet. It might have to happen though. Maybe that's my new website. Yeah, and all this helps the locations and the location owners out. So it's all good. It's all good.
And which kind of fits right into the whole Get Haunted network concept or mission statement, because you guys are all about helping the smaller teams, or the teams that kind of need help knowing where to go or what to do, and the locations. I mean, you've always said like, hey, if the location needs somebody to paint it up, we'll try to get a team to come out there and help you out. So that seems like a very natural fit, Rob, that you kind of slid right into World's Largest Ghost Hunt and continuing on your mission statement.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get started though, Rob, I think we should, we're like almost 40 minutes in. I think we should do our little giveaway. If you're over there, Rob was so generous to help the Blondes with a giveaway.
Yeah.
So if you sent your name in with the email, igothaunted@gmail.com, your name was put on a wheel so we can spin, and you're going to win an event ticket through Get Haunted to either, I don't know when, I feel really bad, Rob. I didn't look at the date of the old hospital on College Hill. When is that event?
That's November 5th.
Okay. And then Hillview Manor, which I will be attending, is August 6th. So you can have one of those tickets. You can decide. And I think he even was so kind to say, if either of those don't work for you, he will find an event that works for you. So,
I will.
But these two we're kind of trying to push a little bit. So that and some Get Haunted and Paranormally Blonde swag. So, but you don't win if you're not here. So I hope if your name's on the wheel and it lands on you, you're here.
Yeah, you got to claim it.
You got to claim it.
So type it in. All right, I'm just gonna turn my camera on because the way it just didn't really work the way I hoped it would.
See, he's got it. It's got a little wheel. It's all there.
All right, we're gonna spin this thing and see who wins here.
Okay.
If I can figure that out. All right, spin it. It even has sound effects.
It's exciting. It's like
It is exciting. I'm like, ooh, who's winning? Who's winning? I like this girl.
All right, so that's Carla, who is actually Christina's mom. She's watching, and we're gonna do one more. Let's spin one more. We'll do two. How's that sound?
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Because they're a little far for Carla. I want someone else to win too.
It goes back to if it goes to Leo, you're in big trouble.
Leo's not winning. I did put my daughter and Tammy Deal. Tammy Deal.
Awesome.
Tammy,
Congratulations.
That's
I
right.
saw
So
her
if
here
you're
earlier.
here,
Yeah.
if you're here, you have to do a comment to let me know I'm here. I'm the winner. So we'll give you guys a few minutes because there's a little bit of a delay with the typing in the chat. So we'll give you a couple minutes. So we've got Carla and we've got Tammy. So if you're here, let us know, or else we have to spin again.
Yeah.
So
Cool. And you'll get shirts, so I'll need your sizes. We'll get in touch with you. Everybody emailed me, so
yeah.
We'll get
Awesome.
you set up. That'll be cool. Thank you for
No, this is awesome. And thank you guys for sending your names into the email. And seriously, like a whole event ticket is pretty super cool in my opinion.
It's awesome.
it is. It's super cool. Yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome. All right, let's get back to world's largest until we get either person to claim their prize. Okay, so Michelle and Catherine, you've been a part of this for a few years. What has been the most surprising thing to you guys when you watch this global event of investigators? Has anything shocked you or surprised you or was profound to you? Like, what's something that really stood out?
I think the biggest thing I seen was when we were putting it together and as the teams were starting to come on and the locations, how every team was helping a team to make sure they had all the information they needed, made sure they were getting their banners. And, you know, you have somebody that's over, say, you know, in Ireland, and you got someone here in the States trying to help them and just be able to guide them through. And, you know, I always heard about it, but I'm like, you know, I don't know if this is really going to happen. Everyone, you know, a lot of people, 5 minutes of fame.
Right.
But it didn't happen. I mean,
Okay.
yes, we're going to have some sorts of drama. I'm not going to say it's not drama free, but it's not like any other drama. It's like, let me help you. And watching teams watch other teams and give them the support, that blew my mind. And it was amazing to see.
Me, watching the team people, the faces, every time that you would give them a task, every time you would give them the banner, every time something was, you know, happening and something new was coming towards them, like every time you would do something for them, the excitement on the face, it was like little kids.
Yeah.
Like giving them a brand new toy. It was just so, it was so unique, so beautiful. And as an empath, and I was like picking all the emotion up, and I'm thinking, wow, this is, and you know, a banner is something small, but just the excitement of watching their banner up there, and it's theirs, and the location, how good it looked. I'm just giving you an example right now. That their facial expressions was unbelievable. That did it for me.
Wow. That's so, you know, it is really nice. I think, you know, as paranormal grows and everybody has their channel and everybody's doing their thing, right? Like you said, the little 5 minutes of fame. I think it is nice when there can be this one, I mean, this is truly one global event that it just is what it is. And we're all doing this, we're all in it for the same reason, right? Like this is not something for one person to stand out. This is for everybody to do this collective, really cool collective idea. And that's really nice, because I think sometimes that gets lost in the paranormal world, especially social media wise. So
Yes.
what a great concept. That how long has this been? When did this get started exactly?
If I'm correct, this is the 7th year.
Oh,
'Cause
wow.
She's done it for 6. So Maria actually built this. This was something she envisioned.
Okay.
And I, she just started building it a little at a time,
Mhm.
started bringing more teams, and it just started growing from there. And of course, Maria is also Mysterious Adventure Tour. So
Okay.
this is why we're taking the helm now, because
Okay.
she's busy trying to get
Her
Ireland together.
Yeah, and Greece.
And Greece and everything. But it's her baby. I mean, she took what we speak about all the time and says, let's make this happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
She went in, and normally when she sets her mind to something, it goes.
Yeah.
And, to actually see a reveal, because I was with her in Vegas when we were doing the reveal and stuff, and to see the audience that was sitting there at the Paracon watching this in amazement of, you've got somebody over where, you've got this person
Yeah.
where, and it was all put together like all these teams got something. So it's amazing. I've always been excited to be part of it. And like you said, it can be a lot of work.
Yeah.
But it's good work.
Well, it's not an easy feat to create a space for everybody to have to actually work together as differently as like you said, as differently as everybody is, how differently we do our investigations, but to have this moment to be like, no, we're all doing it for the same reason, and this is a really cool. That's a really cool thing. So kudos to you guys. And what's that?
Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, it's tremendous, and one of the things it was already good. We're just trying to help improve certain areas, So this year is going to be a little bit different in terms of we brought Daryl Marston's and his guys on their production team. So we got Apple Box Video, RK Media, all kinds of help to make this thing even smoother and bigger, because as we increase teams, the bandwidth's going to go up. And this year we had to implement a $50 donation just to those guys. They're not going to do this. Nobody's going to do this for free, right? They have a full production studio with technology to be able to bond people's cell phones together so that you can get a better upload speeds at sites that don't have fantastic internet. So we're kind of beefing up the tech side of this, and that's where some of the fees, if people are surprised to see the fee, that's where it's going. It's to help pay for the support so that we can make this thing, high tech and huge. Yeah, Paranormal Warehouse, huge sponsor and part of this. So bringing all those guys together to help us with this is also a big deal. So yeah, and with that, we were able to secure Pennhurst. This is the first place we're talking about it as one of the hubs. For me, Pennhurst, going back to Pennhurst is kind of a dream come true. It's been a while since I've been there, so I'll definitely be down at Pennhurst for 24 hours this coming September. Someone asked earlier if Get Haunted has an event there. We're going to try to work a Get Haunted event in there and one other location as well. We should have two that night. I got to sign up. And I haven't even signed up for having it on the website myself. But yeah, it's going to be a huge. I know, but I can always delete one. But no, it's going to be good, and it's going to be awesome. It's really going to be awesome. So having Paranormal Warehouse and Darryl and the team on board is just going to be huge. So
you mentioned a fee. So what does it cost for a location and or team individual to register for this big event? It's not for the locations, for the teams. $50. It's $50 donation. So, you figure most teams have 4 or 5 people. Right. $10 a person, right? It's not bad. So that we can help provide them better service in areas that they just couldn't. On top of that, you have the ability to bond, and we don't have to worry about it as much. So with the production studio, with Apple Box and RK behind us, they're going to handle the management of switching the teams in and out. So it'll be a big load off of our workload here and a big chunk off of our plate. So there's a lot of good things happening in the background that people just aren't aware about yet. So hopefully this gets out there. And $50 is
that's great. Yeah. I've paid $50 per person.
So what? Okay, so then let's say Get Haunted has a location. They're doing the world's largest, and now they're selling tickets. And Dee and I want to just go with them. We don't want to be the leads. We just kind of want to be on their tour. How much do they charge per ticket? Is that up to the team?
Yeah,
that's
it's up to the team.
It's up to the team.
Yeah, it's up to the team.
Which goes to the location after that.
Yes,
Mhm.
but a lot of teams will not actually charge a big outrageous. So we've seen some teams that have, charge like 100 to 120 bucks for an event.
Yeah, it's still
But
not
during
bad.
the world's largest ghost hunt, they might only charge, $40 to $50.
Okay.
So kind of just watching them. You really do not see real expensive ticket sales out there because one, we're wanting to make sure enough people are able to join.
Yeah.
To make sure the money goes to that location. So you won't see a lot of your regular ticket sales like on a normal one.
Okay. Still very,
Yes.
Yeah, doable and reasonable. Okay. So I hope that if you weren't here live, that you do go back and check it out on the replay, because I think there's a lot of great information here that I just don't think every single investigator out there really got. Like I said, the misconception of they were either predetermined or you had to be a certain status to be able to do this. And it just sounds like you have to have the love of wanting to be involved in paranormal and to be a part of a community for 24 hours that, I mean, you're not just, you're walking the walk here. You guys are all doing this as para unity. So not my favorite word, but you guys kind of make it a fun word for me now. Like now it's like, yeah, I get it. Like
it's real. It's actually happening. So it is easy because I don't use that word a lot either, So, but no, it definitely is for this.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, okay. So let's go through so everybody knows where they need to go. You guys let us know where again does everybody register?
NationalGhostHuntingDay.com.
Okay. Couldn't be any easier. We will link it. I will put it on, well, obviously as I'm going to help promote it, I'm going to put it on all the Paranormally Blonde pages as well, but couldn't be any easier. Is there anything else you think they need to know to help them? I don't know if they're kind of on the fence about it. What's something that would maybe make somebody go, oh, okay, I got to really be a part of this now, even though I think there's a bazillion reasons already, but
we really want teams and locations. We really do. But we also, if you want to do something with the world's largest ghost hunt and you don't have a team, you really don't have a location, we always look for volunteers to help us in some areas, whether it's in promotion, participation, metaphysical, IT, or anywhere. If you say, well, I'm good at, helping with graphic design or anything like that, we always look for volunteers. Not trying to push you out, Rob, I promise. Just popped in my head. But we do need volunteers to help too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, even if you're only able to give, 2 hours, 3 hours a week, anything is appreciated. And you're still going to be part of the world's largest ghost hunt. We want teams. We want them to register. We want to blow this out of the water too. Yeah. But again, there's some people that might be better just helping as a volunteer, and we definitely would like that too.
Awesome. And so there is more room if there is a psychic medium or empath out there.
You can join. There's the actual committees are on Facebook. So you've got your metaphysical committee.
Okay.
You've got your participants committee. You've got your promotions committee.
Okay.
So if you go up and do 2022 participants committee, WOGH, it will take you straight to there. Now, if you your metaphysical chairs is Erin Bush, Glenda Dawson, right? Then you got your participations, which is Jen. What's the last name? I can't remember. Jen
Jacobs.
Jen Jacobs and Aaron with an A.
Okay.
And then you've got your participants, which is Candy and Carly. So if they're all on Facebook, all you have to do is just reach out to them and say, hey guys, I want to be on promotions. I want to be on participants. Or if you can't find them, you can always
get a hold of one of us.
And that's it.
Okay. And Tracy, I love that suggestion. Everyone should, if you are a team or a location. I think this is, again, we love the views, but honestly, this is chock full of great amazing information. You need to get it out there. And if so, here's your questions answered. Put this video on your team page or your location page.
Yep.
There you go. You got all the answers. Guys, I appreciate your time. I also thank you so much for welcoming me into the world's largest ghost hunt committee. I'm excited to put it out there and start, talking to everybody about it, and to actually watch my first world's largest ghost hunt.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, it's really cool. Okay, so Rob's not done, everybody. Poor Rob has agreed to be on a little bit of an after show, and it is the Ask Rob Anything hour. We're gonna after this live, we're gonna head on over to Paranormally Blonde's YouTube channel, and we're gonna have a little Ask Rob Anything and game, so you can beat them at Rabbit, which we had a fun time playing before. So grab your drink, and we'll have a little fun with Rob. But ladies, so amazing to meet you guys. Honestly, like to be able to now know who you are, like meeting you face to face, so to speak. This is awesome and great concept. And I wish you guys so much success with the world's largest. I hope this just pops huge. And, you guys are going to have to bring on so many more people, because it's going to be like, oh my God, we have like 1,000 teams and 1,000 locations. And then Rob's got to crank out merch for every single location.
Yeah. No, thank you guys. Thanks for letting us do this.
Yep.
This is huge. And Michelle and Catherine, again, thank you for holding my hand this far. I know we're just getting into the woods.
We got you. Yep.
And Maria, I know I saw you watching. Thanks for letting us do this. It truly is an honor and a privilege. So it's much appreciated.
Awesome. And to everybody in the chat, thank you so much. I believe we got our Hey, I'm Here winners, correct? I saw Tammy. I don't know if anybody.
Yeah, Tammy's here. Carla, I know. I'll work it out, and if not, I'm just going to pick another name.
Okay, there you go. And
we'll do one more on the YouTube. How's that?
Look at him. He's feeling like Santa Claus tonight. He's like giving himself away. Guys, thank you so much. And I hope to see, if everybody's interested, head on over to Paranormally Blonde.
I'm gonna put a link
we'll put a link up there. We'll have a little fun with Rob. Are you ready for this? Poor Rob just kind of took it from 4 chicks. He's just like, you're just gonna sit there, and now you're gonna have the blondes on you, and we're gonna ask Rob anything. I say anything. Anything.
All right.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye. Thanks.
Dee Dee, thank you so much this is awesome, right? Like world's largest. Did you know anything about it?
No, it's so interesting too. I love the fact that you can go and like pick the channels and it'll send you a notification, a reminder. That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'd heard about it. I saw little things about it. Like I said, I had the border on my Facebook page, but like didn't really know. And the more I've been kind of getting involved and sitting in these meetings, like this is the coolest. This really is a well put together event. So
I agree.
Yeah. So thank you, Dee Dee, for a great show, and to Race. He's just kind of the background today. We just had so much information, and congratulations to the winner. And we'll see you over on Paranormally Blonde's channel.
Bye.
Have a great night.